Hey, cool. James is calling me. I'll grab that one. Thank you. Thanks. I'm good. Thank you. All right. Hey, James. James. Oh, hold on. Gosh. Keeps dropping my headset. Sorry. You there now? Okay. Yep. I would say it says it's kind of windy, so it's probably going to be less, but it looks like I got 23 minutes, but I need a few minutes to return to home. Yeah, 18 safe. Yep. All right, thanks. All right, I'll call the control room too. Thanks. Bye.
He also issued a list of counter demands in his letter for official maps and deeds indicating what the federal government owns and an explanation on how Texas is preventing federal agents from access to that land. One of the reasons President Biden meanwhile vowed to shut down the border when it comes overwhelmed, provided that Congress passes a new bipartisan border security bill. But Biden's premise quickly shot down by Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who said, quote, the report would be dead on arrival on the White House.
But I don't know if it is right now because it's gained ISO 3200. It's kind of noisy.
Oh man, yeah, that's.
So I gotta this is the first time I've flown at night.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's ballsy.
I like the lights. I can see it.
Mike got that 7X zoom on it, all of 7X.
What model's that?
The Mavic 3.
So I got. Do you have the smart controller so you can go live with it? This is the like the.
Was once again requesting access from Texas officials for inside there for federal agencies to be once again to be allowed inside Shelby Park. As of right now, Texas officials continue to deny that access, and AG Paxton fired back at the federal government saying, quote, well, provided that Congress passes a bipartisan border security bill, but Biden's purposes will be shut down by Speaker of the House Mike Johnson, who said the deal will be, quote, dead on the right.
Hi. You guys are the best fed strays. Hey. Shh. Quiet down. It's too early. Shh. 5:45. Got a bump shot up. Last day down here on the border. Maybe next hour we'll do some drone shots.
Well, Americans care about this issue. I've worked on that problem for 34 years. They've always cared about a secure border. After 9/11, we saw what happens when we don't care about immigration integrity or we have a lawless southern border. It's in the news now because it's the worst it's ever been. We're contemplating 3.6 million encounters. That doesn't account for the people who are being trafficked. It doesn't account for the fentanyl. It doesn't account for the people who are getting away, that are in the mix, that are threatening to all of us. Imagine if you're an MS-13 member in Northern Virginia. You have an endless supply of young people coming into your community who don't speak the language, who don't know the culture. They're going to be preyed upon by the very same gangs they're fleeing home from.
We are taking a live look right now at Eagle Pass, Texas. Donald Trump is being viewed as a major obstacle in this border bill. He posted on Truth Social, his favorite platform, obviously, this month.
Say hi back. Yep. So I got tool chest with all my like news, B-roll stuff, batteries, audio, little kit light stands, tools, monitors. I keep a fully built camera on the top of the cart. It's just on a quick release for like corporate interviews and broadcast stuff. Then I got a queen size bed up here. I'm gonna put the drone up in a minute. Beck didn't make the bed after he took a nap. I think I'm gonna put a rooftop DC AC in this summer. Just hack together a little cabinet, 10 gallons of fresh water, 5 gallons of gray water, refrigerator, porta potty, luggage for the hotel, audio kit, battery chargers, and then just all my gear lives back here. So got FX3 with a gimbal, two 21-inch monitors, a bunch of reflectors, grip stuff, computer bag, audio bag, stands. And then I can pull this mattress out. When I'm working local, I just use this upper as another shelf for gear. For the one-man band van, here's why I made the fulls and then ended up going with the minis. So everything's dimensionally the same, except this way, instead of 20 inches, it's 10 inches, which means I can get 4 apples in this space where normally only 2 would fit. I just only have 2 with me at the moment. On the Coupos, do the halves equal the same height as the full in this dimension? These are flush. This was the one I thought watching that Gaffron gear, there was like that much of a difference in vertical height. So like if you wanted to stack all these 2 halves and fulls as a riser for talent, because in my case with the minis, I think this is too small for someone to stand on, but I could put 2 side by side like that to rise up, if that makes sense. And then just, well, since we're doing this mental exercise, same question for this setup. So if you did a half, a quarter, and 2 pancakes, does that flesh out exactly the same? I don't have a level surface, but these are identical in that stack. Mistakes that I should redo my plans. I put the tongue and groove on this dimension instead of this dimension, so I'm worried that little TNG lip will break at some point. And then I obviously screwed up on the width here for the half versus the full. And it's just kind of, obviously the width is different, but also the height is slightly different because I didn't correct for something. I don't know. Got home at, I don't know, I think it was like 12:31 a.m. Had the day off. Went to the gym and then spent the rest of the afternoon sleeping. And now I got to prep for a little one day tomorrow. It's a job with the military. so I can't vlog secure area, but I assure you it is nothing of interest visually. Kind of think of it as a conference. All right, we got dinner. Some pork ribs going on the Traeger. And we get the Weber warming up for lunch. Burgers. Prepping for different shoots is a delicate balance between getting ready too early and then another shoot will book in between, and I've loaded the truck for the next one and I end up undoing work I just did. And then at other times I procrastinate a little bit too long and things start to get stacked up. So this one's kind of in the middle. I got a prompter job that my wife's covering for me, which back in the day, she was a prompter op for TV news. So she's totally comfortable with this. I bought this prompter from Ryan Mitchell up in Dallas. He gave me a great deal, and I jumped on it because it's the same model that I have currently that's camera mounted, Q Gear broadcast. I think it's the 15-inch, only the one I have is camera mounted. This is a tripod mounted. And then I also have a mirror image unit stand mounted in California that I need to retrieve at some point. I was using it when I went back there, and then Nick, who I left it with, has been using it on some of his jobs, but I don't think he's really doing much prompting anymore. And so I should bring that one back here so I have kind of all my kit consolidated. There's one known issue with this unit. I haven't used it yet, but it's that the mirror is cracked. However, it's above where the lens lands in the lens port, but I don't want to send it out on a job with a cracked glass. So this is the same mirror box as my other unit. So I'm just going to swap these out so that she can go out with a stand mounted kit for her job, but have everything complete. And then I got to figure out the computer situation. My most recent prompter software worked on Chromebook and MacBook. And I have a dedicated Chromebook for prompting, but then sometimes it's just easier to use a MacBook because you get your native email and Word and other apps just easily accessible for edits and last minute changes and airdropping files. But with the last 2 Mac OS updates, that prompter app is no longer compatible. It only works on Chromebook. I don't really want to purchase yet another prompter application for Mac plus the learning curve. So I think she's going to be running Chromebook, and then she's just going to have 2 laptops, one with her email on the iMac, the other with the Chromebook. And then we'll set Google Drive up to be able to move between the two. I think that's what I'm going to do. We'll see.
Is this a new chapter in the ongoing border battle between Texas and the federal government? Texas Governor Greg Abbott promising a big announcement this afternoon when he meets with a handful of state house representatives at Shelby Park in Eagle Pass. That park is at the center of Abbott's push to take control of border enforcement. Correspondent Jorge Ventura is live in Eagle Pass. And Jorge, Abbott certainly seems ready to escalate this standoff with the Biden administration.
That's right, Nicole. Tensions just continue to rise between the White House and the state of Texas. Abbott continued to say that Texas will hold the line when it comes to protecting their own borders. And today, the governor will be joined by over 20 Texas state representatives as we are expecting a major announcement on border security in the border town of Eagle Pass. Now, the community here has caught itself in the middle of a political showdown between the federal government and Governor Greg Abbott. It's been almost 1 month since Abbott has seized control of Shelby Park and kicked out federal agents from from conducting normal operations. Since then, Texas officials have installed even more razor wire and anti-climbing fencing to prevent migrants from entering illegally. Abbott's announcement later today comes less than a week after Abbott visited Eagle Pass alongside 14 other fellow GOP governors who not only pledged support to the governor, but also to provide resources to Texas officials on the southern border.
It's a great one. Everybody down the line, isn't it?
Yeah.
Connor, we are expecting a major announcement from Governor Greg Abbott in the next hour or so. He's actually going to be joined with 20 other Texas state representatives. Now, this visit comes less than a week when Abbott visited Eagle Pass with 14 fellow GOP state governors who all pledged support to the governor and also said that they're willing to send state troopers to the southern border to assist Texas officials. Now, during that visit, I was able to speak with Mike Banks, who is the Texas border czar, who is a special advisor to governor when it comes to border issues. Now, according to Mike Banks, he telling News Nation, expect Texas officials to make an announcement that they are willing to expand their operations similar to the ones right now in Shelby Park, where state officials have kicked out Border Patrol agents, have taken full control of that area, started deploying more of that razor wire and beefing it up.
And that's because Texas has put up the resistance that it has. Early on, under the Biden administration, most of the migrants were coming through Texas. That's not true. Same if this is an area where you would regularly see 2,000, 3,000, maybe 4,000 people crossing the border illegally. Since this park has been taken over by the National Guard, the daily average is under 10 a day. It shows that deterrence can achieve results in decreasing illegal immigration. The only reason why it's not happening is because the President of the United States is not enforcing the laws that are already on the books. He does not need more laws. He has the tools, and that's to deny illegal entry into the country, which he is required to do by laws already passed by Congress. Part of the teamwork that we're seeing is tremendous leadership by the Texas National Guard to look forward about where we are going. We are working with the Texas National Guard on strategies to both